Welcome to Broken Tusk Rising, a Pathfinder 2nd Edition actual play in the Galarian campaign setting. We're playing through the Quest for the Frozen Flame adventure path.
I'm Shaun, and I'm playing Andreas Witchborn, the Human Magus.
I'm Jessica, and I'm playing Xankath, the Halfling Fighter.
I'm Janette, and I'm playing Jonesy, the Human Cleric.
This is Josh, and I'm playing Korgo, the Human Barbarian.
Last time on Broken Tusk Rising, the scouts defeated a group of burning mammoth warriors that were throwing bits of an ooze into a river, poisoning it and forcing the Broken Tusks to waste time finding another crossing. After destroying the ooze and finding that alternative way across the river, the party returned to the following to update them and check in with friends and family. Finally, they returned to the trail, continuing onward toward Gleaming Sun Lake. They spotted a strange structure or object in the distance and decided to check it out. It's now the 12th of Gozran, and you move forward again, headed toward the strange shape on the horizon. By midday, you enter the Hex, and you decide it's probably a statue. You'll need to reconnoiter tomorrow to get a better look. The following hangs back a bit more than usual, giving the object a wide berth until you check it out. So on the 13th of Gozran, you reconnoiter the Hex, and finally reach the strange object. A lifelike statue of a rearing mammoth stands in the middle of this grassy flatland. The statue balances on its hind legs precariously, despite the fact that it lacks a base. The mammoth's face appears twisted in anger, trunk curled as though mid-trumpet. Beneath one of the stone mammoth's feet are the crushed remains of a feathered animal. It looks almost like a big rooster. What would you like to do?
Oh, I know what it is, but I'm not going to say anything.
Would you like me to show you some art?
Oh, yes, please.
Yes.
All right, hang on.
Ooh,
What?
What?
what are all those purple things on the bottom?
Yeah, so that's supposed to be the crushed creature. Apparently, I can't make that menu thing at the bottom go away. There's no way to do that. Okay, well, that's stupid. Anyway.
You suck, Windows.
Okay, I'll do this a different way so we can get an unobscured view.
I blame Bill Gates forever.
Oh, I see it now.
That's a much larger rooster than I had envisioned.
Yes.
And
That is a giant rooster.
Big bird.
I'm going to change my notes from large to say gargantuan rooster.
May we roll knowledge checks to see if we know?
You can roll some knowledge checks. The creature is partially obscured by the enormous foot of the mammoth, and the check will be slightly easier if you can remove the carcass before inspecting it. But you can just do a check without removing it if you don't even want to touch it or you just want to leave it alone.
By Soundray's flaming wings, Jonesy, that creature's ginormous. Is this mammoth statue, does it seem to you like it's life-size or bigger?
It definitely appears to be life-sized, but don't touch it. It just appears to be teetering on those tiny little legs of its. Well, it's not tiny, but big.
Yes, if we pull this carcass out, it might destabilize the statue.
So I know a little bit about dead things. Let me take a look here.
So do you want to inspect the creature?
Yes.
Make an Arcana or a Nature check.
Oh, those aren't my expertise, but I will give it a nature's try. For a 24.
Ah, okay, great. So you know that this is a cockatrice, a strange bird-lizard creature that can turn any living thing that it could do plants? I don't know if it could turn plants to stone.
That's a good question.
But it can turn any animal it pecks to stone, and then they devour the petrified flesh.
Oh. I know what this is. I've encountered it. I've sadly lost a pet to this type of creature. It's a cockatrice. And I don't think we need to worry about it, but it can petrify you if it were to touch you with its beak.
Now, do you want to inspect the mammoth as well, or anything else in the area?
I think Andreas would want to look around at least.
Okay. Make a perception check.
Got a 20.
Nice.
With a 20, there are signs of combat around here. It looks like this mammoth danced around the area a bit. You don't see any other signs of footprints, but Definitely the mammoth was moving around the area with footsteps that move up to the statue. It's pretty obvious that this must have been a petrified living creature.
I was going to ask if there's any indication that, like, this is a wild mammoth versus from a following.
You think it's probably wild.
Yeah.
Probably a wild mammoth. You also notice that there are clusters of wounds on the mammoth, although your check does not enable you to discover what kinds of wounds they are. Even though the creature's petrified, you can still see that there are wounds on its sides.
It looks like this mammoth was wounded quite grievously before it managed to be petrified. Can you tell what these cuts or grazes here look like? Is this caused by the cockatrice or something else?
So if you can make for me an Arcana or Perception check, maybe you can glean some more information.
I got a 23 Arcana.
23 Arcana is a critical success.
Oh, yeah.
And you realize
Nice.
that this mammoth has been peppered with magic missile.
Oh. Do you think there's any chance that this thing is alive? And Jonesy will kind of put his ear to the closest part of the mammoth that he can to see if there's like a heartbeat or something.
Oh no. Is its eye moving around?
No, it's just stone.
It looks like the mammoth had been attacked not only by the cockatrice, but by a wizard or a sorcerer of some sort.
Yes, it's definitely stone, sir.
But before, these marks are indicative of a magic missile strike. Are there similar... Yes, you check to see if the mammoth is still alive under the stone. And we should check the cockatrice as well to see if it had been attacked similarly.
Sure, make another perception check as you're looking around.
Everybody?
Anybody that wants to.
I would like to look around and see if I can see any footprints that don't seem to belong to the cockatrice or the mammoth.
Sure.
I'm killing my perception checks and Arcana checks today. I got a 21 on that perception.
Wow.
And you probably have to roll survival, Jess?
That's what I figured, but...
Survival to find footprints, yes.
Okay. That's a 15.
Okay. You do see there are some other footprints in the area. They might be the cockatrices. It's hard to tell with apparently it has snowed and the snow has melted, and whatever footprints there are now sort of muddied and unclear, but there are some signs of other footprints that probably don't belong to the mammoth. Could just belong to the cockatrice, but maybe to something else. Also, with that perception check, you realize that this cockatrice has an emerald-studded silver collar.
Oh, interesting.
Yoink.
Is that something we would associate with like another following or like the color or something like that?
Ooh, make a society check.
Cool.
Why would a bird wear clothes?
That's a 1 plus 0. That's a 1.
You think that maybe this bird made that collar? No.
Hey, I would have rolled with it.
What?
No, I think
I
that
just don't know
Xankath's
anything.
too
Okay.
smart for that. Yeah, I mean, this seems totally alien to you. Maybe it found it and got it stuck on its neck. It doesn't seem to make any sense that this bird-like thing
Yeah.
would have this collar.
Weird.
Is the... okay, so I'll cast Detect Magic, or Read Aura. Is the collar magical?
No.
And can I appraise its value?
You can. How do we do that? Let's see.
Crafting.
How do I find the DC for it? Let's see.
You could pick that it's like based on
level.
You could either pick based on its proficiency level. So trained it would be like 15,
Yeah.
expert 20, so on and so
Okay.
forth. Or you could do a level based DC, but up to you.
Go ahead and roll that and we'll see what happens.
Yes, and I got a 15.
15, it is worth 25 gold pieces.
Excellent.
An emerald-studded silver collar.
I have added that to my inventory.
Okay.
Once we find someone to trade with, I'll make sure we divvy it up. Because we're all team members here.
That's garbage. Why would anybody give you anything for that?
Oh, there's so many people out there that would pay good money for that.
Okay.
In places far south, Korgo, the value is not defined purely by what helps you survive, but also by what makes you feel luxurious.
Shiny things tend to be quite coveted.
Sounds dumb.
You're not wrong.
You're dumb.
Jonesy, take it easy.
It's just, I really like pretty things, and I just don't want anybody saying bad things about it. I'm sorry, Korgo. You're also quite pretty.
Nice.
Is there anything else you want to do while you're here? And you seem to have investigated the battle site and the creatures. As far as you can tell, there's nothing else to find here. You don't find any tracks leading off in a particular direction.
And it doesn't seem like there's any danger to the following coming through here.
No, not at all.
Okay.
Can we kind of test to see how stable this thing is? Like, if somebody bumps into it, is it going to knock over, or is it pretty solid?
Gosh, I don't know. Let's say you can check to see how easy it is to knock over. How would you do that?
Just a slight push, like a bit of a strength check.
It doesn't fall over from a slight push.
Okay.
But if you want to give it a more serious push, we could see if it falls over.
No, my work here is done. Surely nobody will actually try to knock it over.
Is there anything we can do to try and de-petrify it? Like, this cockatrice does not look super decomposed or anything, right?
Right.
Presumably this happened recently, so
It's died sometime in the past few days, you think?
So this mammoth is probably still alive in there. How could we get it out? You rolled, Jonesy knows about cockatrice.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Jonesy, how long does this thing stay stone? Can we do anything to help it?
Let's see, you did an Arcana check.
That was a natural 24.
24.
You know that this creature is permanently frozen. The only way to reverse this would be with a stone to flesh spell.
Oh. Well, that's what I say then. Unfortunately, there's no way. It's, unless we meet a powerful caster who could possibly use a flesh to stone spell.
Anything else?
Is anyone in the following that powerful of a caster that, we just haven't talked about?
I don't even know what level that spell is in Pathfinder 2e. I don't even know if that spell exists in Pathfinder 2e.
It's level 6.
It does now.
Spell level 6, so that's a 11th level caster.
Ooh. Yeah. There might be one in the following. Let me see.
What? Why are we doing all the work, right?
They could just solve all our problems.
Yeah, it's a standard problem in adventures, isn't it? That there's always a more powerful character who could just do everything.
They're busy.
It turns out to be Frand.
Of course it's
It
Fran.
explains so much.
Level 7, 4, 1, 3,
What about Shaggy Shemvin?
8. Hold on.
Shaggy
7,
can teleport it.
4. No, nobody is high enough level. Nobody is even close to high enough level to cast that. And Shaggy does not have that kind of spellcasting ability.
Oh.
You're a liar.
Okay.
No, I guess you would know. Andreas is sad, but stumped.
Poor guy.
Yeah, this is not necessarily a puzzle that you have to solve. It's just a thing you found.
It is sad, though. One day this mammoth was just munching on some grass.
Yeah.
Next day he's petrified.
Well, we can let the following know that the route is safe, and we can continue our scouting.
Okay, so you put up your stones that you've organized before that indicate that the path is safe and clear. You move on from the massive statue. Now, which way do you want to move now? You're getting close to Gleaming Sun Lake. If you look at the map, you're in a hex adjacent to the Gleaming Sun Lake. You're supposed to lead the following to the lake. You could either do that by going south or by going southeast. Where do you want to go?
Southeast.
Southeast.
Takes us away from the poisoned water, and it's the way we're supposed to be going anyway. Unless anybody disagrees.
Nope, that makes sense.
I agree, Xankath.
So you continue southeast, and you reach Gleaming Sun Lake on the afternoon of Oath Day, the 14th of Gozrin. The day that you moved to investigate the mammoth statue, the burning mammoth following also moved. But you have now moved again. They have not yet moved. You are now at the lake. Small waves at the center of this large lake reflect the sun and clouds, resulting in a bright mosaic of rippling light. In calmer times, the following would camp here for weeks, fishing, collecting useful reeds, and cleaning the animals and equipment. Now, of course, the following cannot stay for more than a day. As usual, you need to scout the area to make sure there are no surprises waiting for the following. You look around while there is still light, but you'll have to do a more thorough investigation tomorrow. So that evening, you sleep within sight of the lake, and you can hear the water gently lapping at the shore. The reflection of the bright stars in the clear sky shimmers in the water. Korgo and Xankath have probably been here several times before. Maybe Jonesy and Andreas as well, I'm not sure. It was always a happy occasion. What is everyone feeling being here now?
I think Andreas is like sitting at the campfire with everybody. And he's been kind of quiet all day as they've got to the lake. But now he's looking around at you all and thinking.
So I talked to Letsua about that last fight we had with the burning mammoths, and they screamed the name of Arsa, and they told us that the boy with eyes of dawn and dusk would be coming for us. Letsua agrees with me that we both think that the boy with eyes of dawn and dusk is Picano. What do you all think?
Of course it is. That boy always needed it so much and has never seemed to receive it. I'm not surprised he's run off to find somebody that will give him what he desires.
Was that what he was always like, even as a boy?
He was always needy. He always wanted. He always, if another child got attention, he needed attention. Another child got a gift, he wanted a gift. It's always been like that. It's never been enough for him. I'm sad to see this. For him to have abandoned his family like this, simply because of one perceived slight, is distressing.
Things are done quite differently amongst the following than where we came from before. Isn't that right, Jonesy? You earned your promotion through merit, not through birthright.
It is so. I've been getting a bad feeling about all of this. There's something not right. Now with Picano and all the terrible fighting we've seen and witnessed, I'm very concerned.
I wonder, too, what he's given the Burning Mammoth to sway them to his side, to make him think that he's worth taking on. Why is he so important to them?
Well, and to have earned their trust so quickly, for them to be ready to praise him like that, I don't know what he might have given them other than information.
Korgo, you grew up amongst the following. Is there something that we're missing? Something about the following that Picano knows that the Burning Mammoth would want?
I don't think so, and I don't want to think bad of Picano yet. I mean, I'm hoping for the best. Maybe you've seen that the elders gave us a mission and told us to keep quiet about things. Maybe Picano is just, I don't know, working for us still somehow.
Double agent.
I hope you're right, Korgo, and I respect your optimism.
I don't know, it felt pretty real when we were fighting for that spear. I was just joshing around. I obviously meant to lose, but the boy didn't seem to think about it the same way.
So you sit around the campfire, thinking about the events of the past week. And eventually you fall asleep. I assume you're taking shifts on watch. But the night passes without incident. In the morning, Fire Day, the 15th of Gozran, you begin scouting the area. You're exploring to the east, looking for a place with a gradual slope into the water that would be safe for bathing and watering the animals, when you hear a loud shout. And a short distance down the beach and 30 feet out into the lake, you see a wiry Kellid man thrashing about in the water. "Help! It's got me!" And he reaches down below the water and grabs at something, and his fists come away with what looks like water plants. He suddenly disappears under the water, then pops back up again, spitting water and gasping for breath. "Quickly, help!"
That boy is drowning, hurry.
Jonesy will disrobe.
Can I do a perception check to see if this seems like a trap?
For sure, do a perception check.
Nope,
There's no time, Xankath.
that's a 10.
It looks like a person who is drowning in the water.
Jonesy's already running.
All right, Jonesy
I follow.
is running into the water. All right, Jonesy, you get to the water's edge. You, leap into the water? What are you doing?
Leap in, swan dive.
Okay.
Very athletic. It looks great.
Maybe don't swan. You don't know how deep that water is.
There's no time.
Jonesy leaves no splash, and Korgo holds up a 9.5.
Yeah.
All right, let's go to the map.
Uh-huh.
Oh no, there's a map.
Uh-huh.
The map which has a huge flaw, but we're gonna We're going to pretend that's not a problem.
There's no water on this map.
No, that's not the problem, but we'll get to that. I assume you can all see that there is a little figure in the water.
Yep.
I can also see that water is not very deep.
No, don't dive into that.
So Jonesy is running to the water's edge. And then what?
And he will run in.
All right, so Jonesy runs into the water. What's everyone else doing?
I'm running
Andreas is following.
closer.
All right, Andreas is following. Is everybody hanging way back like that?
I mean, I
Or are
just
you running
moved
close as
one
well?
move.
Okay.
I'll go there.
All right, and Jonesy runs in. Jonesy, right about when you get there,
10 feet from the bank or in the water.
I need everyone to make a will save.
Oh, no.
Oh, no.
Oh, no.
I have a question.
Yeah, is it about initiative?
No, it's about will saves.
Okay.
Is this attempting to exert mental control over my actions?
What kind of tag would that have? Or do you want me to just interpret the text?
Compulsion, control, coerce, mental.
I'm going to say yes. I'm going to say yes, it would attempt to, is trying to control your actions. So if that affects your bonus, then add that in.
Okay, if I succeed, I critically succeed
Okay,
instead.
cool.
Is what it is.
What did Andreas get?
Andreas rolled a 17.
Okay, that is a fail.
Oh.
How dare you?
Korgo, what'd you get?
26.
That is a success.
And Hrungara got a 7.
Oh yeah, your saber-tooth tiger got a 7. What did Xankath get?
8.
And Jonesy.
Jonesy's got a super strong 26.
All right, so Jonesy also saves, but unfortunately, Andreas, Hrungara, and Xankath are all affected, and you all feel an overwhelming attraction to move to where the that drowning person is.
Okay.
In fact, you feel like that person is, they're pretty attractive and important, and you really want to get to where they are. So you have to use all your actions to get to that point in the river as quickly as possible.
Cool.
Okay?
Fair.
Probably fine. No big deal.
Great.
They're just really cool and attractive. Fine.
That's right.
They're really cool and attractive.
That's right. And so you want to get as close to them as possible. Now we're going to go ahead and we're going to do initiative, just for keeping track of who's moving where.
Really upset that I took a racial trait and it didn't work.
All right, so we have Jonesy with a 26, right?
Yep.
Xankath with a 20. Andreas got an 18. Korgo got a 14.
I'm glad at the top so I could run to my doom more quickly.
That's right. All right, so Jonesy, you get to go. You have to use all your movement to get close to that poor drowning person. Are they still visible? Did I hide them?
Jonesy was okay.
But why?
Jonesy was
I
okay.
rolled a 26.
Oh, no, I'm sorry. Jonesy, you're fine. You don't have to use your movement. You suddenly feel like something is amiss here, but you're not sure what. You still see this person flopping around.
All right, so I'm guessing Jonesy sort of felt like a wave of attraction come over him and then suddenly dissolve.
You're right, and you feel like you wanted to go to where this person is, and they're still flailing around, clearly drowning, but you don't feel a compulsion that you have to go to where they are.
I think he's going to suspect something's amiss. Is there a roll I can do to see if there's something going on here?
You can also attempt a perception check, like Xankath did, if you like.
All right, 18?
You don't see anything amiss.
I'm going to cast a fire ray on him. Oh. And he's still flailing about this person.
That's right.
Okay. And can I see, because in this map it looks like it's not very deep water, but is he in deep water, like swimming, treading water kind of thing?
Where he is, it's probably 7 or 8 feet deep.
Oh, Lord. I'm a halfling. That's going to be so deep.
Yeah.
Okay, is there...
You know what?
Like,
No, that's not right. It's probably only 4 or 5 feet deep there.
Lord,
okay.
I'm a halfling. That's going to be so deep.
I'm wearing a breastplate.
Oh,
you didn't disrobe? Oh, man.
Nope.
Is there like a long stick or vines or something I could try to throw out to this person?
Unless you grabbed one before you waded into the water. I mean, you could wade out of the water and try to grab a stick. Sure.
Okay.
You could walk over to those bushes and try to find a stick.
So Jonesy will kind of look around and realize that he's in too deep. He's just got to save this person. And he will move forward.
Okay.
5 feet. And then try to bear hug this man.
How long does it take to drown in Pathfinder?
5 plus your Constitution. Any turn in which you take an action or an attack counts as 2 rounds.
Can't you hold your breath for 7 rounds?
That's 5 plus your Constitution bonus.
Okay.
Oh, bonus. Okay.
Jonesy, you have strided up to this person. Now, at this point, this water counts as greater difficult terrain if you choose to walk, or you can swim. It's only 4 or 5 feet deep, so you're able to walk across it, to push through it, but it's going to slow you down. But you are able to move up to there, and you see this person flailing around, wrapped up in seaweed, like there's seaweed around them, and they're grabbing at it and flailing around in the water. Anything else you want to do?
Yeah, so that was one action, I think.
Yep.
So then I'm going to try to grab this person.
Okay. You try to grab the person. Make a grapple check. So, let's see. How do we do that, Shaun?
So athletics against their fortitude DC.
But unless they're willing, right? Then it's different.
Yeah. But you try to grab them. Go ahead and roll that anyway.
Okay. I'm so weak. Ooh, 19?
Wow.
A total of 19. All right, so you try to grab at them, and they're flailing around, seems to evade your grasp. You're not sure if they're trying to evade your grasp or if they're just really panicked and trying to get out of your grasp, but you don't succeed in grabbing them.
Huh.
Yeah, something weird is going on. You're starting to get a little suspicious, though.
You're about to get more suspicious when it's my turn.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you can only try to grapple once per round, right? Can't try to grab him again, can I?
You've already done 3 actions because you did a perception. You
I
moved.
moved. And I did a perception. Yep, okay. So that's all I'll do then.
All right, so Xankath, it's your turn. You must use all your movement to try to get into the water.
I don't really know what greater difficult terrain is, but I assume with 3 movements of 25, I can get there.
Greater difficult just means it's 10 foot a square instead of 5 feet a square.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I can still make it.
Now, you're a small character, which means you actually have to make a DC 10 athletics check to swim.
Cool. Just gonna...
These rules have a lot of small person prejudice built in.
They really do.
That's an 18 on athletics.
You succeed. You're swimming across that water.
I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. Oh, hello there, friend.
All right, so Xankath swims right up next to the panicking man.
It's probably fine.
That is all you do with your turn.
Okay.
You moved right there, and then you stop, and that's your turn.
Tread water.
Xankath, I got this. What are you doing?
Shh.
Andreas, you have to do the same thing.
And we're not getting, more saves at the end of our turns or anything?
Let's see here.
Just terrified of either of us drowning here.
Nope.
Okay.
Andreas will wade up behind Jonesy, pushing him slightly to the side so you can get closer.
Jonesy, you've got to help that man. It looks like Frand. He's so handsome.
I said I've
Frand,
got this.
are you all right?
One more thing. I'm sorry. Both of you are fascinated as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's a
so I figured.
condition.
Yeah.
So you take a -2 status penalty to perception and skill checks. Can't use actions with the concentrate trait unless they or their intended consequences are related to the subject of your fascination. And this will end if the target of your fascination takes a hostile action against you. So that was Andreas' turn. He moves up next to...
That was maybe 2 actions to get up to him.
Yep.
So I'll try to grab onto him as well.
Did I...
You don't actually do that, no. You just move up to him.
Oh.
And then you're like, hey, I've reached my destination, and now I'm good. And I feel no compulsion to do anything else now that I'm here.
Waiting for instructions.
Yes. And now it's Korgo's turn. Korgo, you see your whole party stride into the water, swim into the water, trying to get to this person, and then just kind of stop, except for Jonesy, who is trying to grab the person and doesn't seem to be able to do that. What is Korgo doing?
Korgo will use 1 action to move to the edge of the lake. So Hrungar, I technically need to use... Technically, like I know the rules. I usually have to use an action for Hrungar to move. In this case, would it by itself use 3 actions just to go over there? Since it's fascinated, whatever that is going on.
I think that you sort of lose control over it and it just goes into the water.
Okay. All right, it can get all the way there.
I don't think you have to use actions to tell it to do what it wants to do when it's fascinated.
Okay, makes sense to me. Korgo is confused by this. Hrungnard, he just got this thing and it just did whatever it wanted. It's kind of, it's like, wow, you suck.
This is a very confusing scene.
Yeah, this
right?
is weird.
Korgo's standing here on the shore of this lake, and his entire party is now around this drowning person. 3 of them are just standing there or floating there, and one of them is trying to grab him without success. It's a really weird image.
It is.
Have you guys seen Love and Robots?
No.
What is that?
It's this, it's like mini episodes of various animation studios, and they just make 15, 30-minute little animations or
Shorts.
Cartoons or whatever. And there's this one where this really freaky monster is basically using a human as a puppet. Like a finger puppet, and it just emerges out of the water eventually. I have a really bad feeling.
This is
That
going
is
to be
what's about to
terrible.
happen.
Yeah. Sounds right.
And being close to it and swimming is not where I want to be.
Korgo, is there anything else you want to do?
Korgo will. Not sure what to do. It seems silly to swim out there too. He
does.
He'll use
I agree with
one
your
action
assessment.
to try to tell Hrungnard to come back,
Okay.
and so that will fail.
Yes.
Unless you want to say that I could roll so high that it succeeds, and then he'll.
How high would you? So what do you roll for that?
Commanding your animal is a nature check, I think.
Yeah, if you want to see if you can override this fascination, I know the DC. Yeah, you could try that. That'd be interesting.
14.
No.
No.
Hrungnard, get back here! And then it purrs. And then Korgo will use his last action to get out rope.
Okay. Cool.
That's it.
That brings us to the top of the round, and then it happens.
Yeah.
Oh, no, the letter K.
The letter K.
The most cursed letter of them all.
This episode has been brought to you by the letter K.
Kill everyone.
And the K represents a big scary creature. I should have queued up an image. Let me see if I can find a good image to show you.
TPK.
I feel like this is going to be something like the monster from the show.
Yep.
The human changes shape.
Oh no.
Oh,
Nasty.
that's a demon horse with
Seaweed?
freaky glowing red eyes and seaweed growing off its back.
Oh no.
Cool.
Who thinks I can tame this guy?
Do it. Oh, we gotta add that to our herd.
It uses one action to change shape into this weird seaweed or lakeweed, I guess, horse creature with glowing red eyes, and the lake water drips off of its sides, and it looks pretty awful.
There's also some gnarly looking teeth.
Yep, the teeth don't look, it hasn't brushed recently.
No.
And it uses its second action to take a bite at, who's tempting?
So many options.
So many options, way more options than I really expected to have. I think the only way to do this fairly is to randomize. So I'm going to say I got 3 captivated targets here. It's Andreas. So it's going to take a bite at poor Andreas. And let's see here.
Am I flat-footed when I'm fascinated?
I
No.
don't see anything about flat-footed.
No.
Okay.
Okay, sweet.
All right, here we go.
Bring it.
Oh. We have a natural 20 for a total of 33.
But the color matches the pony.
Not only does a 33
33.
exceed my AC, it exceeds my hit points.
Oh.
Is that a thing?
No, it's
Okay.
just a really high number.
I was like,
Okay, I don't know that rule. What does that have to do with anything? Okay.
Instant death.
On the plus side, that breaks the fascinated on all of us, so...
Does it?
Because it says against you
Yes,
or
it does.
any of your allies.
Oh, cool.
Boom.
Yeah.
I'll gladly take this damage so that you can kill this creature.
All right, so let me roll the damage here.
You son of a gun.
34 points of damage.
Oh my.
Andreas is unconscious, And Bastion might also be dead.
Oh.
I'm going to look that up, but I'm asleep in 8 feet of water.
It's 4 or 5 feet of water.
4 or 5 feet of water. Looking up drowning rules.
You are wearing
I
armor.
will see you guys on... wait, okay, so... here's what happens when I fall unconscious, Mike.
Yeah.
I move to the initiative in front of the Kelpie.
Okay.
I am dying 1. Oh no, dying 2 because that was a crit.
Ooh.
So, save me.
I'm busy.
That was the creature's second action. And now it takes another action. Now, it could get a free grab on that bite, but Shaun, help me out here. This creature only has a bite attack. I don't see what a grab would get it here. I mean, the advantage of grab is it imposes penalties on the grab's target. It doesn't have any other attacks that it could use to take advantage of those penalties. Why would
I'm going to be remiss to say this, but if this is a creature hunting for food,
Oh,
that is
don't
aquatic.
say it.
Yeah, Shaun, you're the worst.
I'm not saying it out loud. I'm just implying that I don't want it to happen.
I think what would happen is the pony would realize that this bite was actually really painful and
Would
decide
feel
to
bad for me.
retreat
Yeah.
back into the water.
I could use that grab to try to hold you under the water and kill you, but it does have some other tasty people here who might not be friendly. So I think I will use another attack, this round at least. So I'm going to take an attack with the -5. And, I'm sorry, and this attack is on Xankath.
Misses! It misses! It's a 17 and it misses!
A 17 misses. All right, so it tries to bite Xankath, who is now aware of what's going on.
I bob underwater for a moment and it just bites water.
Wow. All right. Was it a close miss, or was he not
It was
even
like
close
2
at all?
off.
Okay, yeah.
It was close.
That is the end of the creature's turn. And now it is Jonesy's turn. Jonesy, your best friend is bleeding out in the water next to you, slowly sinking to the bottom. There's a giant, weird seaweed horse creature baring its very dirty teeth at you.
Jonesy is going to, I guess, I don't know, would Andreas just start to sink
Yes.
right away? Yeah, so he's going to dive right in, try to grab him out, and then use all of his action points to heal him up.
All right.
I think I can actually only use it as a 2 action.
2 action heal.
Okay, 2 action healing it is. That's 11 hit points back.
Awesome.
So is Andreas still...
I am conscious and wounded.
Are you standing? Or are you just in the water?
If you took an action to grab him, I'm going to say that you can pull his head out of the water.
Okay, so I could pull his head out of the water, and can I, as I'm lifting his head, sort of swoosh him through the water to be behind me?
You want to move him?
Yeah, I want to move him just like directly behind me if I can. I don't know if I have enough action points to do
Yeah,
that.
I think that's probably okay. He's not fighting you, right? And it doesn't trigger an attack of opportunity because it's forced movement. Unless Andreas is going to resist you, and I don't see why you couldn't do that. Shaun, you got any reason why Jonesy shouldn't be able to do that?
None I care to voice.
Okay. Xankath, what do you want to do? You're faced with this horrible green horse creature.
Question. I am floating in water.
Yes.
How hard is it going to be to attack with a sword in this situation? Am I going to be at any kind of penalties?
Oh, yes, you will.
I thought I probably would.
Go ahead, Shaun. Explain what she's lost.
Underwater fighting, basically, I'm trying to find it, but
Yeah, you have
want,
a -2 circumstance penalty to melee, slashing, or bludgeoning attacks.
Yeah.
Ranged attacks that deal bludgeoning or slashing damage automatically miss. Piercing ranged attacks made by an underwater creature or against an underwater target have their range increments halved.
So if you have a piercing weapon, like a dagger can stab, or a short sword can stab instead of slash, then you're okay.
Okay,
But you're flat-footed if you're swimming.
cool.
So Xankath is flat-footed. Nobody else is flat-footed, right? Everybody else is able to stand in the water. It's shallow enough.
I'm going to draw my sword
Okay, one action.
and yell at the others. retreat! Get back to the shore! Run! And I will attack. Does a 14 hit?
14 does not hit. You stab at this creature, and the sword is not able to penetrate its thick hide.
I'm gonna stab it again.
Okay. You can try.
I know. It's probably not gonna hit.
You're also welcome to use a withdraw action to move away, or maybe it doesn't have attacks of opportunity. And
those are all options.
Okay.
That's a 13 to hit. That misses.
Oh, that misses.
Okay, I'm done.
And that brings us to Korgo. Korgo, you've seen a weird creature appear, chomp on Andreas. Jonesy saved Andreas's life. Xankath says to get back to the shore, and she tries to stab it twice and fails. What do you want to do?
Korgo will draw a javelin, and he'll throw it. Ah! Like this. Like that. He rolls a 1.
Oh, my back.
You drop the javelin at your feet.
Whoops.
No, actually, you rear back and let go of it, and it flies back behind you.
I didn't know my own strength. And he'll use a final action to... What is Xankath doing? She's crazy. Can he tell Hrungara to grab Xankath and drag her away?
That seems really specific.
Okay.
You could tell Hrungara to return. For sure.
Yeah, let's do that.
You've known this guy for like 3 days. Come on.
Yeah, I don't think... Grab that one. No, not that one. The other one. Grab that one.
He's not
Gently.
He's not listening
Gently.
to me at all anyway.
And then swim back to shore.
No, not her neck.
Oh.
All right, so that's what he does. He uses an action. It's a critical.
Okay.
And gets Hrungara back on shore.
Okay. That brings us to Andreas. Andreas, what do you want to do?
That hurt.
He pulls his meteor hammer out.
Okay.
One action. And he casts a spell. I will do a spell strike.
Okay.
Attempting to hit with my meteor hammer. I've got reach. Xankath is very tiny. I hit it. That's a 20 to hit.
A 20 to hit is a miss.
Oof.
0 point.
Oh, come on.
Oh.
I miss.
Yep, a 10
And-
is still not good enough. And the meteor hammer sails through the air and then splashes into the water harmlessly. Do you want to do anything else with your turn?
No, that's all my actions.
The creature is really enjoying its odds. Things seem to be going very well for it right now. So it's going to repeat the previous procedure. Let's take a bite first at, well, let's see. I'll roll. Nobody's affected anymore, so I might as well just... Yeah, this time it's Jonesy. So I'm going to make a strike at Jonesy with this horrible mouth. That's a 16 to hit.
Yay. That's a miss.
That's a miss. All right. Really doesn't have many other options here. What else could it do?
It's a one-trick pony.
Oh, nice.
Let's do this. It will attempt to do this thing. Let's see if it happens. Then I'll tell you what. If it's
I don't
see if
like
it succeeds, and I'll tell you what happens.
Oh no, it has
See.
2 tricks.
I need to know Xankath's perception DC.
Is
Oh,
that just...
I think I got it.
10 plus your perception.
Yeah, you got it. It's an 18.
All right, so that was a critical success. Oh, you were already flat-footed.
Uh-huh.
Okay. Well, that didn't really accomplish anything then. Should have done that against Jonesy. All right. Well, in any case, it's going to try to take another bite, this time at Xankath. 16 misses Xankath.
Just misses.
All right. So it tries to bite Xankath and misses. And that takes us to Jonesy's turn. Jonesy, what do you want to do?
Jonesy is gonna grab Andreas by the shoulders for flavor,
Like, I almost died. Get out of the water.
and he will move back, hoping I don't get attacked.
Do I see anything here about attacks of opportunity? No, I don't see anything. It looks like you're in the clear.
Sucker. Okay, and then I will launch some icicles at it.
Ooh.
So Jonesy creates this bright light in his hands and then lifts his hands back, looks at Korgo and winks because he knows he's not going to drop his icicle. Throws it.
Oh, that's some shade right there.
Oh no, 19.
19 is a miss.
Dang.
Icicles go sailing past harmlessly. Xankath, your party is fleeing for the shore.
Some of them.
Andreas, you're nearly dead. Run. And I'm going to stab it again. Or attempt to.
Okay.
Let's be real. That's a 13.
13 is not enough.
No, it's not. No, it's
This
not.
is with a plus 10 bonus. She's rolling this.
Uh-huh.
Stop horsing around.
Let's see. What
What are you doing?
I don't know. I don't know. Can I sense motive? I'm trying.
Intimidate it.
Sure. I'm going to intimidate it
Okay.
because I'm very scary. That's a 22 to intimidate.
That's against its will DC?
Yeah.
That is not a success.
As I'm
Oh
bobbing
my
in the
God.
water, I growl menacingly, almost swallowing some water and having to cough and spit it out.
Yeah, I'm afraid it doesn't seem intimidated by that. Be a little confused, but
Uh-huh,
not
sure.
intimidated.
Sure. I've still got another action, so I guess I'll just stab at a penalty one more time.
Okay.
Well, that's a critical
no,
miss,
no.
so that's not going to do it.
No, it's a good thing there's no special consequence for a critical miss.
Uh-huh.
So, yeah, you roll a 1, and you are not able to hit the creature.
That was a fun turn.
Yep. Korgo. Everybody is getting out of the water, except, well, I guess no, not everybody. Jonesy's getting out of the water. Your cat has gotten out of the water, but the others are still in there. What do you want to do?
Xankath has to actually swim. Korgo's holding a rope. He'll use one action to take out, like a club. He assumes clubs float. He doesn't know. He's about to find out. He uses another action to tie the club to the end of one rope, and then the third action to throw it near Xankath. The effect of this would be to help her, to be an aid action to help her swim should she try to get away.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I think that'd be great. That'll speed her up or make it easier for her to swim away. I think that's very clever. Is it hero point clever? Sure. Why don't we say it's hero point clever?
Nice.
Because I'm so stingy and I need to be more generous. All right. And is your cat doing anything?
No, because I used all three actions, so unless
Okay.
you want to make Hrungar do something.
Hrungar immediately begins bathing because it got into that gross water.
Sure.
It looks at the javelin on the ground in the back and then kind of looks quizzically with an eyebrow up at Korgo.
And Andreas, what do you want to do?
All right, I channel that wasted shocking grasp into an arcane cascade, giving myself a little bit of extra HP, a little bit of extra damage. And I'm going to use my conflux spell Thunderous Strike, so I get to make an attack, and I miss.
Nope. 15 does not hit.
And then that hits the water and causes a shock wave to ripple out.
Uh-oh.
And the creature must make a fortitude save.
Oh, boy. That's cool. 31.
Oh my gosh, just
Ooh.
Now I know how it feels.
look what you did, Shaun. You did this to
I did this to you. Oh my gosh. This creature is immortal, is all I can think.
Get out of the water, old man.
I'm like scouring my character sheet for options. I will. This is totally going to be a nature check, isn't it?
Now, is Xankath in the cone of that effect that you just created?
I was going to think no, because I
Okay.
can put it this way.
Okay, fair enough.
Nice.
Yep.
Oh my gosh, you guys. I got one action left. I got no items that are useful here. I'll make a second attack.
Oh, boy. All right.
Oh, no.
Why does no one want to get out of the water?
Yeah, I was wondering that too. I don't know. I don't know what's going on, but
You know the pony will move with us out of the water.
No, it won't.
Yes, it will.
It's just going to hypnotize more following members once they show up to the
that's
lake.
true.
Oh, you can drain a lake. It's fine.
Andreas's turn is done. The creature is going to start with another attempt to feint. Oh, I rolled a critical failure on its feint attempt versus Jonesy. No, I'm sorry. Xankath. What am I doing? She's not even... Okay, so I meant to take a step first, but I forgot to do that. All right, so it fails at feinting. Does it have any results?
It becomes flat-footed.
It's flat-footed. All right. Yeah, I need to be more careful, but
You
that's
fail
okay.
at fainting and you become flat-footed? Interesting.
Critical fail.
Yeah, critical.
Okay.
It critically failed.
Okay.
Nonetheless, it's going to try to eat poor little Xankath. I mean, she's small enough that maybe you could just swallow her.
Probably could.
All right, here we go. A 20.
It had to happen eventually. That's a hit.
Not a natural 20, but a 20. 18 points of damage.
That does not feel good.
18 points of bludgeoning damage.
Yikes.
I'll go ahead and use that free grab, and I'm going to hold Xankath under the water.
Oh no.
Well, you grab her.
Yeah, I grab her.
So that usually is an action. You don't have to roll anything because you hit.
The monster's last action was a success with a strike that lists grab in its damage entry. So it automatically grabs the target until the end of the monster's next turn. The creature is grabbed. Although I can't really do it. I guess she's not unconscious. I can't really hold her under the water.
Yeah, you have to do further wrestling, grappling actions to do that.
Yep. I think what I'll do instead is I will take movement to step next to Andreas here and have a chance to attack him later.
How far did you move?
I just moved 10 feet.
Does that provoke an attack of opportunity?
Oh, did I move through a threatened area? I guess I did for Xankath, didn't I?
Sure, I'm not going to hit, but I'm happy to take
Let's see, I
it.
started out here, and then I moved twice. So yeah, I guess that counts.
Wait, so you didn't grab her?
No, do
I
not
didn't
grab me.
grab her because there's really no point in grabbing her. It won't do anything.
Poke.
Poke.
With an 18, I don't poke.
18 is a miss, unfortunately. That brings us to Jonesy. Jonesy, you can see that your party members are, for some reason, not retreating, and the creature's getting actually closer to the shore. What do you want to do?
I think Jonesy's going to take a second and squint at this thing and try to see if he's seen it or decide if he's seen something like this before.
Okay, you could make a nature check. I think would be the best way to go.
Okay. 18?
Nope. You're not quite sure what this is.
Right, well,
Seems vaguely
no ponies
familiar.
like icicles, so I'll try to blast it again.
Oh man, I'm going to use a hero point.
Okay.
Yeah.
13 does not hit.
Oh.
Neither does a 15.
Brutal.
We are rolling terribly.
Yeah, this is weird.
Here's the TPK right here. By the water pony.
It's going to be exciting, though. We get to start a new game after this, so that's cool.
I hope you enjoyed those 11 episodes, listeners.
Jonesy, anything else?
I think that's everything, yeah. He'll just yell at everybody to get out of the water again.
Xankath.
Xankath's gonna swim away
Ooh.
and glare at Andreas for not swimming away.
I'm covering your escape, don't worry.
She's covering your escape. Oh, I love it.
Get out of the water. I can make it with 2 moves,
Okay.
and it is a free action to drop a weapon. Well, nope, I'm still gonna have to. I can drop a weapon for free, right?
Right.
I drop my sword on the bank, and I draw my bow,
Nice.
Okay.
and I'm out of actions.
Great. Korgo, what do you want to do?
Andreas didn't get out of the water.
Not yet.
He's still in there. Korgo's stupidly holding onto a rope, so he drops it.
Hey, can we say that I used the rope to get back
Sure.
to... Yeah.
You know
Korgo's
what?
Starting to get mad.
That rope was available. I'm going to say if you want to use one of your actions to get out, then you'll have an action left because he helps
Nice.
pull you out.
There we go.
I think that would make a lot of sense to make use of it that way, so I'm going to say you have an action
Korgo's
left.
feeling less stupid.
Thank you, Korgo. That was very helpful. And I'm going to shoot it with a bow.
All right.
With a 26.
That is a hit.
Nice.
Yeah.
Now she's in her element.
3 damage.
No damage.
Oh,
Unfortunately, your weapon doesn't seem to have its full effect.
Cool.
no. Being strong.
All right, so we are running.
This is a fun day. Okay, I'm done now.
Korgo, you have helped her out of the water. Now, I'm going to say that pulling her out took an action, if that's okay with you.
That's fine with me.
And you still have 2 actions left, though.
Korgo's gonna growl at it. It doesn't do anything. Yeah, stupid letter K. You're nothing. You're not nearly as good as T or P. And then he'll use 1 action to draw another javelin, and that's it.
Okay. And your cat just hangs out,
Yeah.
taking a bath. Andreas, it is back to your turn. You know the creature goes after you do. What do you want to do?
I'm going to try and trip it with my meteor hammer, wrapping the chain around the leg and giving it a pull. Oh my god. And I run.
So he rolled a 12, which does not succeed. And then he runs out of the water.
Jason has abandoned us all. This cursed creature, it's immortal, it's undefeatable. Never in my years have I fought such a demon.
So, the creature does not slip. It turns toward all of you on the side of the lake, and it prepares to charge.
Cool.
We'll find out who it's going to eat next time. Thanks for listening to Broken Tusk Rising. You can help the podcast by giving us a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts or Spotify, by following us on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram as @TheHouseOfBob, or by chatting with us on Discord, and most of all, by supporting us on Patreon. That's at patreon.com/TheHouseOfBob. This show is possible due to all our patrons who get special zines, one-shots, episode commentary, and other stuff for supporting the podcast. We'd like to thank our new patrons, Kodiak, Atlas, and Locust. Art for this episode is by Shaun Makes. Audio production and music are by me, Mike Hammock. Thanks again for listening, and roll on.
You should thank new patrons even when we don't have any, but just don't name them so people think we're always getting
All right.
patrons.
So we'd like to thank our new patrons.
We like you better than the people who aren't.
I don't know how do I phrase that. Instead, if I'm not going to name them,
Just make them up.
Yep.
we'd like to thank our new patrons.
Francois.
Bill Clinton.
Red Dog, Summoner, Timberwolf, Pit Fox.
Okay, Awesome Prof 420.
Lars.
Just list off Mech Warriors.
You Mex?
Timberwolf.
Okay, sure, yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see. Kodiak and Atlas.
Ooh, good ones.
Nice.
Oh,
Yeah.
dang.
Yeah. Oh, it says it excludes Bastion from initiative.
Local mail, too.
Yeah, you can ignore that.
It's like a newspaper headline.
It's more like a casting sheet. Local mail, 2.
Got the part. Local mail, too.
He's really cool and important.
Maybe we'll be rolling better next time.
Yeah, we need just to
Oh my
reset
gosh.
this
is
whole
bad.
thing.
I might
Brutal.
switch back to physical dice, because that was bad.
I thought it was great.
Of course
You know
you
what?
did.
Foundry is great when you're the GM. Honestly, I think that's what it
Likes
has an
NPCs.
algorithm, sees your name,
Yeah.
GM. Okay, give that person all the 20s.
I feel
Yeah.
bad for the GMs. We're just going to help them out however we can.
I got to one-shot a player. I mean,
That was pretty cool.
That-
I mean, we
That
can't
a
was-
character, not a. I would never one-shot Shaun, but
in
Scott's
the last 3 sessions I've played, because I've played a couple home games where I was a player, I've been one shot. I think once every session.
Wow.
Yep.
Oh, that is
Wow.
unfortunate.
You just need to run more games.